Alright, let's just take a really quick look at why you would never ever leave your beautiful puppy in the car on a hot day, or baby for that matter. Any babies or animals, just don't leave them in the car. Here is a photo of the temperature when I left school this afternoon. 35 degrees. It was a really hot day. Now this kind of looks a little bit more than 35 and a bit degrees Celsius, but we need to allow for parallax error, so let's call it 35 degrees. That's pretty hot. This is when I got to my car, but then of course I hopped in my car. And here is the temperature about 30 seconds later after hopping in the car, 38 degrees. That may not seem like a lot, only 3 degrees difference, but come on, 38 degrees. If you were a little puppy or a baby, heaven forbid, would you want to be sitting in a car 38 degrees? No, I don't think so. I should point out it actually got worse than this. As I was driving out of the car park, I glanced at the thermometer and it showed 40 degrees. But why does the temperature get hotter in the car than outside? Well, let's have a look. We'll start with, funnily enough, a car. Here is my car. Yep, something like that. Wow, that's a really great car. I'm so impressed. Okay, so we have car sitting in the sun. Now, the sun is, of course, white, but I can't draw it white on this white background, can I? Because you won't be able to see it. Anyway, there's the sun, and radiation is coming down from the sun. I should mention this is shortwave radiation, so we'll draw the squiggles quite close together. Shortwave radiation going through the windscreen and into the car. Grand. I'll also draw some just coming down to the earth. There we go. Shortwave radiation from the sun. This is called insolation, incoming solar radiation. Let's write that one down. This is possibly a new word for you. Insolation. So it stands for incoming solar radiation, right? Here's your incoming solar radiation. There we go. So insolation from the sun is shortwave. However, what gets re-emitted is longer wavelength radiation. So we won't draw the squiggles quite so close together because now they're in fact longer. What gets re-emitted is longer wave radiation than what reaches us from the sun. Okay, let's draw some coming from the car because the car also absorbs that insolation and re-emits it as longer wavelength. So we'll have a longer squiggle, not so close together. There we go, heading towards the back window. And here's the crux of the problem. Longer wavelength radiation finds it much more difficult to pass through glass. The shortwave radiation, hey, sweet, no problem, grand. Longer wave radiation, it's much more difficult to pass through the glass, which means that some of it doesn't pass through the glass. Some will pass through the glass and be re-emitted off out into space. But as I said, a lot of it doesn't. And that means it just bounces around inside the car. So what we have now is energy bouncing around inside the car, unable to leave the car. So what happens in the car? Well, the temperature goes up. The temperature increases. So this is why you would never leave, like I say, a pet in a car on a hot sunny day, because you might think, oh yes, it's hot, but it might be 32 degrees or something, it's pretty hot, but I won't be long, I'm just ducking into the store. Meanwhile, your beautiful little puppy in the car, well, actually it's not 32 degrees, is it? It's much hotter. Okay, so that's the deal with why you do not leave any animal or baby, etc., in a car on a hot day. Now, we've got a name for this process. This is, of course, the greenhouse effect. I've already made a video on the greenhouse effect, so I won't go into it too much. But essentially, replace the car with a greenhouse. And what is a greenhouse made of? Glass, exactly. So it gets nice and warm in a greenhouse, doesn't it? So the plants can grow nicely. And then, of course, the Earth has a layer of gases we call the atmosphere, and some gases in the atmosphere also stop long wavelength radiation from leaving. So the planet heats up, right? This has led to global warming and climate change, yada yada. I've got a video on the greenhouse effect if you want to watch that, sweet as. But otherwise, just know, don't leave your beautiful puppy in the car on a hot day. And this video comes with a massive shout out to Carla for lending me the thermometer to measure the temperature. You rock, Carla. Well, that's the video done. If you liked it, brilliant. Hit the like button and leave me a comment too. Now you know what to do. Go hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.